So, Rich, how do I qualify for this 30-minute call? I know one of the topics I was really excited about was that you get a 30-minute call to talk to you two. So, how do I qualify and how do I set up this 30-minute call with you guys?
Yeah, and this is honestly, I know you're just as excited about as I am. But this is something I'm probably looking the most forward to because it's one thing to present material, it's another thing to really be able to engage and interact with the people that it's affecting and that are learning it. And again, we've said it a number of times. We want this to be a very practical course. We want you guys to come away with as much as you possibly can, and most importantly, we want you to come away with the confidence in your ability to apply what you've learned throughout this course. And that's why we chose to add a 30-minute call onto this, is because we want to make absolutely sure that all your questions are answered. We want to make absolutely sure that you are confident in your ability with what to apply with what you learned here. And so with that being said, though, there are a couple of requirements in order for you to kind of qualify for this call, and it's not to provide more work. It's not meant to be anything negative necessarily. We just want to make sure that you are coming to this call and bringing us as much information as you possibly can, so that way we understand your particular set of constraints, we understand your particular environment, we understand who you're working with, and we understand what you're kind of struggling with. And so really we're just asking you a couple of things before you technically qualify, quote unquote, for this call. So here's what we're going to ask, and here's how this process is going to work. We were going to ask that you first complete the coursework and the homework for all 6 chapters. So for the homework portion of it, maybe you're just saving that somewhere in a Word doc, you're writing down some notes, whatever that might be. But just make sure all the homework questions that we have asked you, you have documented somewhere. Okay. And then we would also like you to listen to all 4 of the expert interviews. And really, again, this is just because you're going to get 4 different perspectives from 4 different leaders in the field, and they may answer questions that you had kind of as you finished the coursework, as you're listening to the expert interviews. They may end up answering some of your questions, and again, they may provide a perspective that you kind of connect with a little bit more. So listening to those first could definitely answer some questions for you. And then upon completion of both, so once you've done all of that, I want you guys to, or we want you guys to email both of us your homework answers. So, whatever document you have those saved in, email us all of your answers, and then email us with some days and times that are going to work best for a phone call. And then what Michael and I will do is we'll discuss, based on availability, who's best suited to take the call. And then we will be able to talk to you, and with all of this information, we're going to have all the information that you've given us. You're going to have all of the coursework completed and all the interviews, and we're both going to kind of come to this conversation um, with a lot more than just maybe you having questions that we've already answered. Or what we also want to avoid is kind of making it an additional 30-minute presentation, so to speak. It doesn't mean we don't want to share information. We just want to make sure that we are answering questions and clearing up issues that pertain to you and your particular situation. So hopefully that makes sense. Michael, do you have anything to add?
No, Rich, I think you covered it all. But to just piggyback what you said, we are both super excited for this aspect. I think this is a unique component that you don't really find in many courses. The opportunity to hopefully engage for this, with us, to have some more of your specific questions answered, or for more importantly for Rich and I, just to have a nice back and forth discussion to learn about you guys. Who you're, what population you're working with, and what some of the things that you're doing that you're being successful with, or ways that you think you could improve. So, I'm excited about for this aspect because for me, it's kind of, I think about like going to a conference or a clinic. It's always great to see the presentations and the different things from a PowerPoint standpoint. But if anybody that's been to a conference can attest to the best part of a conference is the 10, 15 minutes between presentations where you're talking with people in the hallway and you're talking about different things that you're doing with your population, their population. We have a little bit more of this kind of intimate discussion. So that's what we want this to feel like, and we hopefully we can really build a relationship where you guys can learn from us and we can learn from you guys, and we can really mutually help each other provide the best possible training practice experience for our youth athletes. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. That's what we're all here for, is to provide our youngsters that we're engaged with, that we're working with, the best possible experience that we can deliver. And so that's what we're excited about. I can't wait to meet some of you guys and have a great discussion.